The sound. The first scream came just after midnight. Elena jolted awake, pulse hammering. For a moment she thought it was a dream. One of those sounds your brain invents when silence becomes too heavy. But then it came again. Muffled. Real. From across the street. She scrambled out of bed, pressing her face to the window. The night was still. Street lights glowed against wet pavement. Mr. Crane's house sat in perfect darkness, except for a faint, pulsing light from the basement window. It blinked. Once. Twice. Then went out. Elena's skin prickled. She grabbed her phone, thinking of dialing 911, but stopped. What would she even say? My neighbor's basement light flickered. Instead, she recorded a short video through the blinds. Nothing but shadows. Still, she barely slept. At dawn, she stepped outside, pretending to fetch the paper. Mr. Crane was already there, watering his flowers with surgical precision. His shirt was crisp, his hair perfect, his calm demeanor almost rehearsed. "Rough night?" he asked, glancing up. Her throat tightened. "You heard it too?" He smiled. "Heard what?" Elena's heart sank. The scream. Around midnight. Mr. Crane turned off the hose. For a moment, he just stared at her, expression flat, unreadable. Then he said softly, "You shouldn't stay up so late. It does things to the mind." He walked back toward his house, the garden gate closing behind him with a soft click that sounded like finality. That evening she found something on her porch. A note. No envelope, no name. Just one line written in tidy block letters. Stop watching the house across the street. The paper was damp from the morning dew. Elena turned it over in her hands, half expecting another message on the back. Nothing. Just the neat block letters. Stop watching the house across the street. She looked around. The street was empty. Too empty. Elena, under her breath, "Someone's messing with me." Her neighbor across the street, Mr. Crane, knelt by his mailbox, collecting envelopes with calm precision. He didn't look up. She could call the police, but what would she report? A typed note and a gut feeling? The last time she trusted her instincts, it had cost her a marriage. Elena crushed the note into her pocket. Elena, muttering, "No more running." She crossed the street. To the front yard, Crane residence. Rain patters on her umbrella. Elena, neutral. Morning. Crane, pleasant, too smooth. "Good morning, Ms. Grant. You're up early." Elena, "Yeah, couldn't sleep. Hey, did you see anyone near my porch last night?" Crane, "No. Should I have?" Elena, "Someone left a note. Thought maybe you." Crane, with a mild smile, "I mind my own business." His eyes didn't match his smile. They were still, clinical. Crane, "Strange things happen when people let imagination fill the quiet. You should try sleeping with the window closed." Elena, "I heard a scream." Crane, "Dreams are louder in new houses." He turned, disappearing behind his door before she could reply. The lock clicked once. Hours later, the sound of the lock still echoed in her head. Elena spread the crumpled note on the kitchen counter beside her phone. She hit record, Elena, Day 5. Heard screaming from Crane's house at midnight. Found a warning note this morning. Possible threat. Her hand trembled slightly. She had promised herself she wouldn't spiral again, not after what happened in Seattle. But paranoia has a scent. You know it when it's nearby. Then the phone vibrated. Unknown number. She answered. Elena. Hello? Voice. Stop recording. The line went dead. Elena's reflection stared back from the dark phone screen, wide-eyed, shaking. Someone knew. The rain had stopped hours ago, but the street was still slick and silver under the streetlights. Elena lay awake, staring at the ceiling. Every creak in the house felt louder than it should have been. Then, footsteps, slow, deliberate, on her porch. She froze, counted them. 1, 2, 3. She slipped from bed, grabbed her phone, and crept to the window. Nothing moved outside except the wind-tossed branches, but she could feel someone there. She dialed. 911, what's your emergency? There's someone outside my house, she whispered. They're on my porch. The dispatcher's tone turned calm and procedural. Ma'am, stay inside. Officers are en route. She waited by the window, heart hammering. The sound stopped. Silence. 5 minutes later, red-blue light washed across her living room. 2 officers stepped out of their cruiser, flashlights slicing through the night. They searched the yard, the bushes, the porch. Nothing. Then one of them, Officer Miller, looked down. Ma'am, he called. You might want to see this. A set of muddy prints led from the porch to the middle of the walkway and vanished. Not another step. No turn, no retreat. Just stopped. Maybe rain washed the rest away, the younger officer muttered. Miller shook his head. Ground's dry past this point. Elena's stomach twisted. Do people ever call like this before? About this street? Miller hesitated, eyes flicking toward Crane's dark windows. Yeah, he said quietly. Couple of times. Different houses. Same story. He handed her a card. If it happens again, call me directly. As they drove off, Elena turned back toward her door and froze. A thin rectangle of white stuck between the door and frame. Another note. She tore it open under the porch light. You're being watched. Her phone buzzed in her hand, unknown number. She answered, breath shallow. A voice, flat, almost gentle. Go to sleep, Ms. Grant. It's safer when you're not looking. Click. She stared at her reflection in the dark window. Behind her own face, in the faint glare of the porch light, a shadow moved across the street. Mr. Crane's blinds fell shut.